Hello everyone. Today we are going to study Chapter 3, Part 3, Mineral and Power Resources. In this part, we will study about conventional sources of energy and non-conventional sources of energy. Among conventional sources of energy, coal, petroleum, natural gas, firewood, hydroelectricity, and non-conventional sources of energy, solar energy, wind energy, tidal energy, nuclear energy, biogas and geothermal energy. Their advantages and disadvantages, all these things we will see in this topic. Power resources means all the sources which provide us energy to perform our work, to run the devices which make our work easier, whether we work in the kitchen for cooking food, for making juice in the blender, for agriculture, using agricultural equipments, in industries, to run machine, to manufacture machine, means to run transport and communication. In each and every work we need energy. Power resources are classified into two groups, conventional and non-conventional power resources. What are conventional and non-conventional power resources we will see. First we will learn what the difference between power resources, conventional and non-conventional sources of energy. Conventional means the sources which are being used since ancient times or since very long period of time. That sources of energy are called conventional sources of energy, while non-conventional sources of energy are those energy which developed in recent past. Most of the conventional sources of energy are non-renewable in nature, means exhaustible, means if we use them excessively without taking care of them, so it will last very quickly, as it takes very longer period of time in its formation. But non-conventional sources of energy are renewable in nature, as they get recycled, regenerated very quickly. In whatever amount we use, they can't get exhausted, get renewed easily, so non they are renewable or non-exhaustible. The consumption of conventional sources of energy or in utilization, it is very costly. In utilization, installation cost as well as utilization cost, both are very high, while non-conventional sources of energy are cheaper in use. Installation cost of some of the non-conventional sources of energy are a little bit high, but once it is installed, afterward it is cheaper in use. Most of the conventional sources of energy cause pollution. When they are used, they cause pollution, while non-conventional sources of energy are pollution free, means in utilization they do not cause pollution. Conventional sources of energy are found in limited amount at specific areas, as they get formed in certain conditions, certain geographical conditions. All we know, the geographical conditions on the earth vary from place to place. So they developed in certain areas, specific areas, whereas non-conventional sources of energy are found unlimited, means they are available unlimited in the nature, but they have also limitations, means they are also found in specific areas. Example of conventional sources of energy: coal, petroleum, natural gas, firewood, hydroelectricity, etc. While the example of non-conventional sources of energy are solar energy, wind energy, geothermal, nuclear power, biogas, and tidal energy. Now we will see advantages and disadvantages of conventional sources of energy. Mineral oil, its advantages: easier to transport through tankers, basis of petrochemical industries. Generally, they are transported through pipeline. Natural gas advantages: it is also easier to transport through pipeline, cleaner than oil and coal, cheaper than oil. Means among all fossil fuel, natural gas is cheaper. Disadvantages: depletion of oxygen due to oil spillage and gas leakage, pollutant released cause acid rain, and exploration of new fuel is not easy. It is not easy to get the location of it inside the earth. Another conventional sources of energy: firewood advantages: easy accessible, it provides energy to a large number of people. It is used on large scale, especially in rural areas all over the world. Its disadvantages: collection is time consuming. First, it takes time in gathering firewood. It causes pollution, it pollutes the environment. It promotes greenhouse effect, means when it is burned to release carbon dioxide, carbon, or that promote greenhouse effect. Or it causes deforestation, that is also against the maintenance of ecosystem get unbalanced. Now coal advantages: extensively available, efficient conversion to electricity. These are advantages, but disadvantages: it is also cause pollution, carrying it from one place to another is costly, as it is heavy in nature. Next conventional sources of energy is Heidel Power. Its advantages: among all conventional sources of energy, it is the only source of energy which is pollution free. It promotes irrigation and fishing also. Means we can harness energy through the force of running water, as well as use the water, extra water, to irrigate the field or for fishing purpose also. It is cheap in harnessing in comparison to other sources of energy. It is cheaper also in consume. Disadvantages: displacement of local community. Obviously, wherever it is established, it need a large area to set up dam and power grid, etc. So it need displacement of the local community. Inundates low-lying regions as water is stored in reservoir. So for that, a large area gets submerged in water. Expensive to set up. Setting up cost, installation cost is also very high. It is cheaper in use, but installation cost of Heidel Power is very high. See in picture a woman carrying firewood in northeastern part of India. So the sources of energy which take longer, which are being used for longer period of time, firewood and other fossil fuels comes under it. Firewood is used in villages. More than 50% of the total energy used by rural people, villagers, come from firewood. Among the all conventional sources of energy, fossil fuel, coal is used abundantly in industries, especially in iron and steel industries and other industries. Electricity generated by using coal called thermal power. The coal what we use today was formed millions of years ago when giant ferns and swamps got buried under the layers of the earth. That is why coal is referred to as buried sunshine. Coal is called buried sunshine. The leading coal producer countries of the world are China, USA, Germany, Russia, South Africa and France. Coal produced in India in Raniganj, Chharia, Dhanbad and Bokaro. Chharia, Dhanbad, Bokaro, these are in Jharkhand and Raniganj in West Bengal. Petroleum is the most important source of energy which is used to run vehicles, or due to its importance it is called black gold. We can't perform any work without the use of vehicles. In day to day, in daily life, we need to move from place to place, or that is possible because of running vehicles. So due to its importance, it is called black gold. The chief petroleum producing countries of the world are Iran, Iraq, Saudi Arabia and Qatar. The other major producer countries are USA, Russia, Venezuela and Algeria. The leading producer in India are Choubey, which is the oldest mineral oil producing region, Choubey in Assam, Bombay High in Mumbai and the deltas of Krishna and Godavari river. Natural gas is found in the association with petroleum or mineral oil. It is produced in Russia, Norway, UK and Netherlands. These countries are the major producer of natural gas, while in India it is produced in Jaisalmer, Krishna and Godavari Delta, Tripura and some areas offshore in Mumbai have natural gas resources. Very few countries of the world have sufficient natural gas reserves of their own. Generally, countries are dependent on other countries to have natural gas. Next, the conventional sources of energy is Heidel Power, means power generated by the force of running water, is called Heidel Power, which is the conventional source of energy, which is different in nature in comparison to other sources of energy. Rainwater or river water stored in dam is made to fall from height, or the falling water flows through pipes inside the dam over turbine blades placed at the bottom of the dam. The moving blades then turn the generator to produce electricity. This is called hydroelectricity. And the water discharged after the generation of electricity is used for irrigation. That is why the dams which are built to generate hydroelectricity are called multi-purpose project, because one project tackle the many purposes. One-fourth of the world's electricity is produced by Heidel Power. The leading producers of Heidel Power in the world are Paraguay, Norway, Brazil, and China. Some important Heidel Power stations in India are Bhakra Nangal, Gandhi Sagar, Nagarjun Sagar, and Damodar Valley project. Find out the location of all these multi-purpose projects on river and states. See the diagram showing the turbine fitted at the bottom of the river, and water fall from a height which press the turbine blade, or this blade press the this turbine press the blade to run, or which run the generator which generate electricity. Norway was the first country in the world to develop hydroelectricity. One of the important Heidel Power project of India in Jammu and Kashmir, Salal project, Salal hydroelectric project. Now we will see non-conventional sources of energy. Among non-conventional sources of energy, the most important is solar energy. As we know, its advantages, it is inexhaustible, as well as it doesn't cause pollution. It is pollution free. But disadvantages, installation cost of it is very high. It is expensive in its installation, and diffuse sources so get wasted. Advantages of wind energy, it is also pollution free, low cost of production of electricity. If once set up, it is safe and clean. But at disadvantages, it cause noise pollution. Windmills costly to set up, means installation cost is high. It disturbs radio and TV receptions, and it is harmful for birds. It is harnessed in wind farms are found in Netherlands, Germany, Denmark, UK, USA, and Spain. Nuclear power. It is obtained from energy stored in the nuclei of atoms of naturally occurring radioactive elements like uranium and thorium. It is produced in USA, Europe, and in India. Rajasthan and Jharkhand have large deposit of uranium. Thorium is used in large quantities in monazite sand of Kerala. Nuclear power stations of India: Kalpakkam in Tamil Nadu, Tarapur in Maharashtra, Rana Pratap Sagar near Kota in Rajasthan, Narora in Uttar Pradesh, and Kaiga in Karnataka. Locate all these important nuclear power plants of India on a political outline map of India. See here in picture, nuclear power plant of Kalpakka. Its advantages: it emits large amount of energy. But disadvantages: it generates radioactive waste and it is expensive in installation as well as in its maintenance. All we know that when we go inside the earth, the temperature increases with increase in depth. The heat obtained from the earth, which is used as a source of energy called geothermal energy. Its advantages: it is clean, eco-friendly and always available. But disadvantages: located far away from cities and so costly to transport the electricity. It is found away from the settlement areas. So harnessing energy from it is very much costly. USA has the world's largest geothermal power plants, followed by New Zealand, Iceland, Philippines, and Central America. In India, geothermal plants are located in Manikaran in Himachal Pradesh and Puga Valley in Ladakh, means in mountainous areas of Himalaya. Biogas advantages: low cost, easy to operate, and makes use of bio waste. Disadvantages: it causes greenhouse effect. Organic waste such as dead plant and animal materials, animal dung, and kitchen waste can be converted into a gaseous fuel called biogas. The organic waste is decomposed by bacteria in biogas uh, digester to emit biogas, which is essentially a mixture of methane and carbon dioxide. Biogas is an excellent fuel for cooking and lighting and produces huge amount of organic manure each year. Means it is mainly used for domestic purpose, for cooking and lighting, as well as waste come out in generation of electricity is used as a manure. It is mainly found in rural areas. Tidal energy, energy generated from tides called tidal energy. Tidal energy can be harnessed by building dams at narrow opening of the sea. During high tide, energy of the tides is used to turn the turbine installed in the dams to produce electricity. The countries where tidal energy is harnessed: Russia, France, and Gulf of Kutch in India. The advantages of tidal energy: it is non-polluting, inexhaustible, means renewable in nature. But disadvantages: it destroys wildlife habitat because wild animals, marine life, together with water, they also come or lose their life, or it is difficult to harness. So that's all in this chapter. Thank you.